final preparations for the Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Jaime Jaquez, Z out there with Devin Vassell. Then it's Walker, and it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. Now here's Randolph. Outside Tatum. Pass to Clemens. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Z. Jaquez outside. Outside, Walker. Vassell outside. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Vassell's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for Miami. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Outside Tatum. Pass to Randolph. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Hawkins. Randolph can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Walker against Tatum. And it's Miami with the rebound. We've been following their streak game after game, and right now it's up to 13 in a row.
You have to give a ton of credit to not only the coaching staff for having their group prepared to play nightly, but also a ton of credit to these players who have been solid with their rotations, who've been committed to both ends of the floor. Their depth has been apparent. This is a formidable team right now.
Good.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Randolph. This game he had 13. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Tatum's got 5 points so far.
Now that mid-range jumper is so on point. Jason Tatum is a 3-level scorer.
Z can't get it to go.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Pass to Kolek. To the middle. Here's Hayes. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Miami leading by 3. Here's Z, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with it. So it's Boston now, trailing by 5. Pass to Hall. Here's Randolph. Barbosa with it. With some arc. Fudge grabs the rebound.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
On the court for the Heat, Z out there with Jackson. Then there's Pokuševski. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Fudge in at the power forward. So it's Boston now. The Heat getting the bucket. Hall passes to Randolph. Now here is Barbosa. And here's Bosch for 3. Pokuševski, the pass to Z. Offensive rebound. Vassell left side. hits the three-point bomb. Vassell's got his second bucket of the night. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooter.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hi, guys. Z in that last game against Chicago was sensational. He scored 45 points, and he did most of that damage in two places, at the foul line and behind the arc. Those were video game numbers he put up in that last game. Boy, it had the league abuzz. We'll see what he's got in store tonight. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Here's Barbosa after the made shot from Z. Barbosa passes to Bosch. Back to Barbosa. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The wide open look here for Bosch. Rebound by the Heat.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here is Barbosa. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
2 minutes.
And the foul on Pokuševski. That is his first foul of the game. So, Greg, you played the point. In create a player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Making a switch here. And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. Well, you look at Z, he's absolutely deadly from outside.
I mean, his first job is to orchestrate for his teammates, but being as fantastic as he is at shooting the three, he's never reluctant to take that shot if it's available.
You know, and as the league's top 3-point shooting guard, he has the green light at all times. And, you know, that gives a dimension to their offense that every single team in the league would absolutely love to have.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Pollard, he's checked in for Boston. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin, to me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Kolek, his last outing with 20 points. Here's Clemens. Drops one in from the wing. Clemson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half-court in time.
Yeah, another turnover there, but guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basketball.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Jackson Hayes comes in for Pollard, and it's Randolph in for Achua. And then for Miami, Adebayo is checked in for Poeltl, and it's Vassell in for Jackson. Now here's Tatum. He's got 5. Pass to Randolph. Here's Kolek, the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Z. Bangs home the trifecta. Z's got 17 now.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's Miami, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are...
We know the draft's an inexact science, even with all that prep that goes into it. So congrats to the teams that chose these.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Miami Heat. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Z.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
They've got Jason Tatum. Also Randolph out there, and it's Hayes in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. So it's the Celtics now. After the miss from Z. Pass to Kolek. Here's Clemens. Good on the three-point shot. Clemson's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Celtics.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Now Hawkins. It's stolen. Outside Randolph. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. 17 points was their biggest margin. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. And there's a whistle that goes on Z.
Number 15.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Tatum. Here's Kolek. Nothing on the board. Launches it.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum. Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Hawkins outside. Adebayo with the ball. Good ball movement here by Miami. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Heat lead by 21.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Z the pass to Vassell. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. The Celtics making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Miami Heat. On the floor for Miami, Pokuševski is out there with Jaime Hawkins.
Number 50.
And there's Jackson. Then there's Z. And it's Stanley in at the small forward. Boston shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Pass to Kolek. Great defense that time from Z.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Hawkins. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on the rip-through is important.
Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
Now, here is Barbosa over Jackson. And it's Miami with the rebound. Fudge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He lobs it up.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Here's Z.
Hey, come around.
Puts it up from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Z's got 21 in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Miami. Pokuševski's come in for Jaime Hawkins. He hits both from the stripe. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
That one drops for him. And now it's up to 25 points for Z.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Pass to Clemens. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And here is Tatum. 6 to shoot. There's the drive. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Z. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Z's got 27 points.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Jackson, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Assisted by
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Z. The Heat need to get a shot off. Stanley can't get it to go. And it's the Celtics with the ball.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Miami.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Z.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Here's Stanley. Z. It's deflected. Randolph looking around. Pass to Clemens. His 3-pointers off the mark. Heat on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Z. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so Miami takes this one by